Okay, this is part 5 of Epidemiology from Hidden History of Nutrition and Health. I'm E.P. Rogers. We're talking about Loma Linda, California. They had some of the longest lived people ever. In 1985, the average lifespan of a California person was about 74 years for a man, about 79 and a half for a woman. In USA at that time, average life for a man was 71 years of age, woman 78 years of age. So Californians live longer than other Americans. California used to be known as kind of being a healthy state. When I went to Stanford in the 1980s, California was like the richest state. It was as rich as like a big country. Ronald Reagan was the president. America was rich. It was so rich that a lot of people, I think, would go to junior colleges for free. And then basically the left has destroyed California, turned it into a third world crap hole. So everybody's poor in comparison now. What I'm getting at though was Loma Linda Seventh-day Adventist vegans who would eat meat less than once a month. So they had moderately good habits. No tobacco, some exercise. They'd often go on weekly nature walks. They lived an average of, for the men, 85 years of age. That's a lot. They were living more than 10 years longer than the average Californian, about 15 years longer than the average American. And the female Seventh-day Adventist vegans were living about 88.6 years. So that's a lot. That's more than 10 years longer than the average American. Okay, the longest lived lives of any well-documented population. Dr. McDougall had worked with the Seventh-day Adventist populations, and he said their diet was not as healthy as it could be. He said they were often religious vegans more so than health vegans. And the point I'm making is that humans, when they eat a low-fat, low-sodium vegan diet, are probably capable of living longer than the Loma Linda Seventh-day Adventist crowd. Men 85 and women 88.6 years of life. Theoretically, people could probably live about 95 years if they did everything optimum as far as we know at this time. But what's happening in a lot of these places that used to be real healthy is they're now sort of fading into bad habits like eating fast food, like the Okinawans are eating fast food and fried food, and their health's deteriorating. By the way, Dr. McDougall said that the nut and industries had paid to make themselves look better than they really are with the Seventh-day Adventist research. So he said that was a problem with it. And then, of course, the Japanese neuroscientist Tetsumori Yamashima had shown when populations eat fried food like the Okinawans started doing all this fast food, they get a lot fatter and sicker. But anyways, the Seventh-day Adventists were a good study population, relatively more standardized than most in their behavior and their diet. And the data does show that the Seventh-day Adventist vegans were much healthier than the average population. So that's just a little bit more epidemiology for you.